person in on the live. I'm so excited to have you here. Can you believe it's 50 episodes? I'm like so excited. I got my little music going on. Got my tiny mic in case you need me to sing. The Antisocial Socialite has reached 50 motherfucking episodes. I'm so excited. So excited. Laura, thanks for dropping in. I appreciate you. I'm really excited for tonight's episode. I got some shit to talk. Want to tap in with everybody, see how they're doing. So if you want to come on live, just let me know. Yes, all of the above. We're going to talk some shit tonight, have some fun. I hope you had a wonderful day today. All right, we're just going to wait for a couple more people to join in. So until then, just enjoy my little 50 and Nifty's, right? This is the Big Booty Mix, volume 19. Yeah, so I'm excited. Somebody introduced me to the Big Booty mixes, and it's by two friends. So Laura, I feel like you and I should have been making mixes like this all the time, because it like took me back to my childhood, and it's like mixed with today's songs, and I'm like, what? It's insane. I absolutely love it. All right, should we get started? Hey Chrissy, welcome to the live. All right, so I have some shit to talk today in my handy dandy notebook. I did not want to forget about anything that we got going on in the news right now. And 50 episodes deserves a little like extra stuff that we're going to talk about. So first and foremost, we're going to talk about Issa Rae getting married. I'm so happy. My awkward black girl turned fabulous at her own wedding. Oh my God, I love her book. I love her. I think she's most like hands down, one of the most beautiful people to ever exist on planet Earth, right? I love Issa Rae. But there's like so much going on right now talking about her keeping her husband, well, her fiance private. Like, okay, we all knew she was with somebody, like, but she's a celebrity. She's trying to like literally keep a private life as much as she can. And you know how the media like absolutely destroys celebrity relationships. So Issa Rae, I applaud you for keeping your engagement so quiet for so long. I knew that you were dating him. I always forgot his name, but she never posts him. So I'm like, it is what it is. Hey guys, thanks for joining. Oh my God, I got everybody coming in, all my love bugs. Hi guys. So I was just talking about Issa Rae getting married, like low key, and everybody's like, I applaud her for keeping it private, like whatever, right? And we get it because she's a celebrity. But like real life, non-celebrity humans, like you and I, we don't need to do that shit. Like keeping so private. Like if I love everybody, but I also say I hate everybody at the same time. But like I love everybody, so I'm gonna post you. I'm gonna show like parts of my life. I'm not gonna keep it super private and like top secret. Cause there is one time, and Laura, you can drop it in the comments because you know this story. But there was a guy I was involved with, and I was like, oh, he's so cool. You know, he's beautiful, all this stuff, right? And he seemed very single on social media. Very single on social media. Till I found out he had a whole ass girlfriend of like 10 years. You know, I see those eyes in those comments, Laura. You know what's up. And I was like, wow, you literally are so private because you're trying to appear single. And I didn't like that shit. And then when I found out he had a girlfriend, I was like, pump the brakes, goodbye. And now they're married with like a kid, whatever. And like literally one day at the beginning of COVID, like the stay-at-home lockdown, he like re-requested me on Instagram, and this other dude that was like stalking me for so long and still to this day stalks me. And I'm like, what was in the air during them like dropping in like, I miss you? I'm like, immediately blocked, unfollowed, or not unfollowed because I already unfollowed them, delete, get the fuck out of here. So like Issa Rae, I applaud you, but like I'm not gonna keep anybody private. I fucking love everybody, so I'm gonna be posting them. I don't care if we're friends or we're secret lovers. I don't care. Everybody's getting posted because you don't really actually know my dating status. And that part I'll keep private. So if I'm posting up with dudes, you can question it yourself, but I'm never going to tell. That you guys will have to find out at my wedding. But like, all right, on to like the next thing. Simone Biles, right? This girl is like the most incredible athlete to ever exist, right? I mean, obviously everybody's gonna be like Kobe and Michael Jordan and all this stuff, right? But like in the world of gymnastics, like hands down, she is an absolute beast. But we have to remember these subhuman talents. Like she literally is like not human. She is like a fucking like transformer when she is, you know, on the mat, on whatever fucking apparatus that she's on, right? But we have to remember that she is a whole ass human with feelings. And like everything that she's gone through during her career, from like the sexual assault to like performing with injuries and competing like with fucking broken toes and stuff like that, like let's give her a break. They're unfairly scoring her at the Olympics. And I'm like, this is like the world stage to like actually be performing on. And I'm like, they're going to purposely score her because they feel bad for all of the other competitors. Like, no, don't do that shit. So like, I don't blame her for dropping out, you know? I'm like, and fuck America if they're going to get all silvers from here on out, or even bronze. They deserve that shit. Because I'm like, don't treat somebody poorly because they have like such elite athleticism. I can't even go up like 2 flights of stairs without like catching my breath. I'm like, so let that girl be great, right? All right, and DaBaby. Okay, we're gonna go on to that. So DaBaby is the punk of the week. All right, so if you guys saw what happened at Rolling Loud, where he's like, hey, everybody without HIV and AIDS, stand up, put your lighters on your phone, all this shit, right? Why do they have to be involved in this? Like, why do you care enough to talk about people like that? And he's like, yeah, if your pussy's like water. Like, just go away, sir. Hi, Debbie. But like, I just can't stand people that like just point out other people at like a state of ignorance. Thank you, Chrissy. It is a mess, because I was just like, first of all of those statements were like completely pointless. But like, even if you're not into the LGBTQ plus community, like you don't have to hate on them, or just because you don't have like some disease, like why are you hating on people for no absolute reason? I really truly do not understand that. But he keeps digging himself into like the biggest hole. Like he's getting dropped from certain labels. Literally Elton John has entered the chat. Elton John, like iconic Sir Elton John, is like, whoa, are you kidding me? Like Dua Lipa's like, this is not even the guy I used to work with. Like, I don't even recognize him. And he literally is like apologizing by giving like a backhanded apology. And I'm just like so disgusted with his behavior. That's it, guys. Like, I gotta keep this 50th anniversary, oh my God, no, 50th episode short. But I just wanted to like say, hey, tap in with you guys. I did a poll yesterday, like, should I go live? Should I record this? Overwhelmingly, you guys had said, do an IG live. So here I am with all my glitter, all my glitz, from my filter to my necklace and everywhere in between. You know I'm fabulous. I don't have my white hands with me today, but we are celebrating. I left them in Philly. That's where I left them. But like, we're celebrating Raise the Roof with our multicolored hands. Like, I'm just so excited. You guys have literally been a part of 50 episodes. Hi, Kyle. I'm so excited. That was it. Like, just keeping it super short. I love you, Bo. If anybody wants to tap in, like, drop in the comments what the hell you want me to talk about. If you want to join in, if you want to get on this little live right now and chat with me so my viewers get to know you, I don't care. Like, let's just hang out. Hey, Jay. I'm just so excited you guys are all dropping in and showing me some love. I really appreciate it. I don't know. What do you guys want me to talk about? I just had like 3 quick things to talk about tonight. I was like, I could talk shit for like days and days and days. So let me know. Anybody? I listened to the Big Booty Mix, volume 19. So hopefully it's not going to get copyrighted on my Instagram. And they're going to take me down because all of my videos that have ever contained music keep getting cut out. Like, we're deleting this video. I'm like, nobody can have fun anymore. Like, I literally can't listen to music and like have a post. Thank you, Laura. Safari. Oh my God, Safari. Okay, that's a whole ass. Oh, that is like another topic. But yes, Laura was actually with me when I bought this necklace, and I stayed with her in Florida. So thank you. And I have my favorite color on my nails right now. Safari. He is like despicable. So for those who don't know Safari, he is Nicki Minaj's ex-boyfriend and slash like producer, I guess, in a sense. And he's been on Love and Hip Hop. He's married to Erica Mena, who's also a Love and Hip Hop star. And they have 2 kids together, and he literally just like went to Jamaica to go celebrate his birthday while the newborn was in the NICU for like weeks on end. I don't even know, because I don't follow either one of them. I don't even know if that baby's like still out of the hospital yet, but like he's living a single life because he's choosing to divorce Erica. Well, actually, she's choosing to divorce him, but like stand up and be a father. And like there's a whole thing that's coming out that their daughter had fallen on this guitar, and it was on Love and Hip Hop, and now this like footage is coming out, and he just stands there and laughs at his kid. Like, I'm not gonna lie, one time Hayden and I were in Gucci and we were chatting with our friends, and she like ran full force like into a mirror, and I felt so bad, and I laughed so hard, like that tears were streaming down my face. But I did that after I was confirming that she was okay. But then I was just like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing. This poor girl like thought it was another room and just like smack dab like into the mirror. And like we were all dying laughing. It was so funny. You know, she doesn't even care about it. Like we talk about it all the time. But like I checked in with her. That whole ass guitar fell on that tiny baby. And like they picked up the guitar before they even picked up their baby. And he was just like laughing at it. Like, he is such a shitbag for a father. And like I think he's like corny funny. Like I was like, I can rock with him. Like when he got robbed, I felt bad for him and stuff like that. But like, no, he's a whole different human. But Love and Hip Hop, like I'm into super like trash TV. So I haven't watched it in a while. I don't even know if it's on because I've been binge watching Schitt's Creek again. Hi, Sarah. Welcome to my live. It's my 50th episode. But I've been binge watching Schitt's Creek again just because I'm like, if I binge watch Queen of the South for like the 80th time, I think some of you might commit me to like an insane asylum. And I'm like so excited because a couple days ago, I actually got a piece of artwork who was, so he's an artist, but he was actually a Sicario on the show. Miguel is his real name. And he like designs all this like Queen of the South prints and art, and they used a ton of his artwork for season 5, and I absolutely love it. So I follow him, he follows me, he's like super cool dude. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna support his business and buy a poster. And it came and he autographed it. I'm like, shout out to Miguel. I don't know if Jeresa is still on here, a fan page for Queen of the South, but yeah, I love my Queen of the South peeps. You guys are amazing. I really am so sad that show's over. I like slipped into like a mini state of depression, and even today I was thinking about it. I'm like, oh, I wish there was a season 6. And I just saw on a fan page on Facebook that they're trying to get Devin Finch to like have this spin-off or like a potential season 6 of it. I'm like, no, we are giving that to Marcel Dumas, right? Jeresa, you agree with me, right? If we're gonna give anybody a spin-off that's not like the 4, you know, like Pote, Kellyanne, James, and Teresa, give it to Marcel. I want to see him and Chicho literally like run New Orleans and like all the shit that comes with it. And I'm so happy Boaz died because JT Campos hates me in real life. So it's totally fine. I'm like, you know what? I'm so glad that he died. That was like my vengeance in a sense, even though, you know, it's just a TV show. Marcel for sure. I love Alimi Ballard. He is like so amazing. He's always, you know, shouting me out on his Instagram lives and stuff. I go on there, and he and his sons were just on there the other day, you know, just like answering questions. So I got to, you know, ask his son a couple questions about what they like living in New Zealand right now. And they're just like such a sweet family, you know, but Alimi was like, oh, well, you know, Antisocialite Katie is like, you know, huge into Queen of the South, and she did all the episode recaps. Like, it was just nice to like be acknowledged in that sense. And he's just like a really sweet, humble guy in real life. So that's why, yes. So Laura, my BFF, has been telling me that I need to have a show called Queen of the South Shore. So the South Shore of Boston, like Cape Cod is not necessarily the South Shore, but if you're thinking like location wise, it definitely is in terms of like geographically placed under Boston. And I need to have my own Queen of the South Shore show. But I don't do drugs. I don't deal them. Hey, Renee. So I don't know what it would be about, so thanks, Sarah. I literally got it in Florida. Sorry, I'm like now just like rambling. I'm gonna tell you. So Laura, who's my best friend on here right now, LSS Boston 74. I was in Florida staying with her back in February, and I bought this when I was with her, and I was like, for my 50th episode, I need to like just bling out. I got this little like filter. I got the music going. I had my, hold on, it fell. I have my tiny mic. Like, shout out to the tiny mic and all the props that I had throughout, you know, my 50 episodes. I don't know. What else do you guys want me to talk about? I feel like I should have had like a whole show full of stuff, but I'm just like doing this off the rip. It's like so impulsive. You know, I just want to talk about anything and everything. You know, my favorite thing is shit talking. So I'm so good at it. I'm like the petty princess of America. I've had to, like, unfortunately be really petty to some people lately with, like, full reason. Like, they totally deserve it. So it's hard to be, like, professional and petty at the same time. That's what I'm, like, torn between on a daily basis. And I'm like, how do I build a brand in a professional manner but also tell people to fuck off, like, 20 times a day? It's been hard. It's been a challenge, but I'm getting through it. But, yeah, anyway, speaking of business, I'm still working on my website. Thanks, Sarah. Appreciate you. Still working on my personal concierge website. So any of you guys in the Boston area, if you need my services, like to like find movers if you're moving and help organize your house and to like get you concert tickets, like I'm your girl. I'm going to be your lifestyle assistant. And that's the shit I've been working on since I've been a stay-at-home daughter in January. And even though I'm working at a pop-up shop this summer, I still got to keep it moving. Because I want to be a stay-at-home daughter, like, retired, hopefully, by, I don't know, I'm 36. Let's say 50. You know, I got a few good years left in me, even though my body doesn't feel like that. My body's, like, always dying after work. Hey, Hams. Those lashes, blink, 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 blink. No, these ones aren't real. I actually put them on today just for a little, like, show. But no, they're not real. I put them on for you guys. I look like a trash bag up until like, I don't know, an hour ago. I got like Mount Rushmore on this side of my face again because that camping trip messed up my skin. I was pissed. I was like, oh my God, I got like a couple weeks of like good clear skin and then bam! And then there's like mosquito bite under here. You can see like the bump kinda. So gnarly. Everybody's like, I don't picture you being the camping type. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Night one was like annoying because it rained in our tent and, you know, the sheets and the comforter were soaking wet. And Hayden, you know, had a nice cozy warm blanket. And hey, Lamar, if you want to join in a minute, you know, tap in with me. So I can request you on here. And, yeah, so I was freezing cold. And then the next night, you know, I aired everything out during the nice warm day. It was good. So I didn't die of hypothermia the second night. But then it rained again. And then I got mosquito bites all over my body. And then I was like, you know what? I think glamping is my style. Although I can be like rugged out in the world, you know. Hey, Kyle. Oh my God, I'm so glad that you're joining from your Rose Hoops page. I feel like so fancy right now. All right, so Laura wants to know about my experience with the Be My Eyes app. So it's an app that I downloaded a few years ago, and it is to assist people that are visually impaired. So if they just like have some sight loss or completely blind, it doesn't matter, like they can sign up for this. And there's been actually so many more volunteers that have signed up for it than actual users, so it's like so few and far between that I actually get phone calls, but it's actually like a video chat. So every single time I go to answer it, my phone will literally be in my hand and it says, you know, Be My Eyes, like somebody visually impaired is calling you. And I literally go to hit answer and it's like some other volunteers answered your call. And I was so sad every single time. Literally, I think I've had this app for like 3 years. So today was my first day that I actually got the phone call. I was like still in bed. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to answer that. Like my phone was literally in my hand. So it was a guy named Gary from Michigan. And he was in his garage and he was working on some kind of project because I saw a bunch of hardware everywhere. And so he was like, hey, this is Gary from Michigan. I was wondering if you could help me find my hammer. And I'm like, hey, Gary, it's Katie from Boston. I was like, yeah, sure. So I had the ability to actually press the flashlight option. So it turns the flashlight on his phone on, which I thought was like super cool. And so I was kind of directing him on where to put his phone because I was like, I don't see it here. And he goes, oh, wait, nope, I just stepped on it. So never mind, I'm all good. And he's like, you know, thank you for being a volunteer. And I really appreciate your assistance and everybody else. So it was like a super quick call, but it literally made my day because I was like, I couldn't even help this guy find the hammer, but just being there for him and supporting him was like good enough. But there's some stories I heard about Be My Eyes where like somebody wanted to make a cake for their significant other for their birthday and literally needed help measuring all of the ingredients. And it's like stuff like that you know I like bawl my eyes out because I'm like, you're helping somebody and it's so sweet. And it's like hard because I don't experience that in my life. I have a dear friend that is losing their eyesight and they're, you know, just turned 30. So they know that this is going to be their future. So I'm just like, wow, if I were ever to come across that in my life, like how would I deal with it? You know, so it's like just giving back while I can in a sense and like assisting. You guys know I love to help people, even though I say I hate people all the time, but I do love to help people. And just to have that ability to be able-bodied to help somebody right now, if I ever need the assistance, I would have the faith that people would actually do the same for me. So that's why I do stuff like that, you know? So yeah, it is cool, Laura. Pizza slice. Do you guys like my tiny mic? I should have told you guys that story. It's like story time right here with the tiny mic. Yeah, Lamar, it is crazy. It's a really fun app, but if you ever download it, which I encourage all of you to do, it's literally like probably like 30 times more volunteers than it is actual users. But I don't know, just like, hi, Amanda. Oh my God, you guys are all tapping in with me. I love you so much. I don't know. All right, Amanda, I'm going to ask her because she always has random things for me to talk about. I need you to drop in the comments and or join me on this live and tell me what you want me to talk about because I'm just talking about random shit at this point. I already talked my like celebrity gossip. We talked about Issa Rae. We talked about DaBaby and we talked about Simone Biles. 2 of those 3 people I currently like right now because DaBaby is on my shit list. I'm not really about canceling people, but I'm not vibing with his message right now because he's like gave such a half-assed apology to the HIV AIDS community because like why would you talk about that at Rolling Loud? Like that was like such a lame thing. Talk about the moldy mask. You are disgusting. I love you. All right, so Amanda posted a picture today on her story that one of her patients, of course, she didn't actually put the patient in the picture because HIPAA violation, right? But there was a very moldy mask that a patient of hers walked into the office with, and like even including the ear loops were super like brown and black and moldy. You want me to, I'll just tuck it in here. And I was like, you need to explain this right now. So she said a patient actually like wore it into the she's a dental hygienist, right? Like wore it into the room. And I'm just like, I can't imagine like actually wearing that, what their teeth looked like. So I didn't even like ask her about that because I was like so grossed out. And I was like, Amanda, please tell me that you offered that patient a brand new mask because it looks like that thing had been sitting out in like, probably it went camping with me this weekend in the moldy ass rain in that moldy ass tent that we had borrowed. And I was like, ugh, like it's just so unhygienic. And I'm like, it's people like that are spreading COVID. And if I have to start wearing a mask again because all these like unvaccinated, irresponsible fucks are going to make me do it, you're going to see a lot more pizza face because I am trying to live my best life being vaccinated and I'm still super responsible and I'll still wear a mask when need be, but like I'm not going back to like 24/7. Like yeah, 24/7 is if I sleep with it, but like 24/7 bullshit of having to wear a mask again because people are choosing to be fucking stupid. Also, for anybody that's like kind of tuning in, Moderna Mafia, I was Pfizer and I died the second time. I had like the worst fever and chills, and like my linen closet outside of my room is probably like 10 feet from my bed. And I was like, Brandon, he's my brother. I was like, Brandon, can you give me the thermometer? Can you give me the ibuprofen? I was like dying. I couldn't deal with it. Amanda was actually at my house the first night. The night I got my first vaccine. I just had a headache and was tired. And that was like it. Yes, I am trying to look at the comments and still try to read. And yeah, I'm trying to just live my best life. Janelle, what's up, boo? So I'm listening to the Big Booty Mix by two friends. So somebody just recently introduced this to me, and they have like 19 volumes of it, and it brings back like songs from my childhood mixed with like the songs of today. I hate when people say that, you know, like a soft rock station, they're like taking it back to the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, and the songs of today. Should I be a radio host too? I'm gonna be everything, guys. I just said earlier I want to retire by 50, so I have 33 and a half years left to go. So I need to make some money, or somebody rich just marry me so I can be a stay-at-home wife, because being a stay-at-home daughter is cool, but that's like, you know, in the state of Massachusetts is my sugar daddy. But that's not happening right now. I actually have a job. But still, it's a lot. It's a lot to be a stay-at-home daughter and just do nothing all day. No, I do lots of shit. Probably too much shit. That's why I need to slow down and go like on a remote island somewhere. Yeah, I saw LA started back up. So wait, the mask mandate starts back up. Oh, okay, so Las Vegas. Okay, so Nevada and Los Angeles. All right, that's unfortunate. Massachusetts is so small, and I know at least like 50% of Boston is vaccinated. I don't know about the other towns and cities in Massachusetts, but like I feel like I've still been playing it safe because, as you guys know, I'm antisocial. So I really only go to work and I come home. And I deal with some big groups at a time of people, but like I really don't go anywhere. This summer has been so lame. Like I feel like I actually had more fun last summer than I did this summer, even though everything was locked down. You know, I was like so crazy. Oh, Lamar. Yeah, so Renee lives in Vegas. So maybe you two can connect after this live and she can tell you, or you can use good old Google and figure it out. Cause like, yeah, I'm kind of shocked by that. When I was there in May, the mask mandate was still in place. And then I think shortly after I left, you know, but I was like outside most of the time and away from people. Like I was going to ghost towns and I was at 7 Magic Mountains, like all this stuff. So I really like wasn't, with the exceptions of like going on the strip, I really wasn't near a lot of people, so I didn't have to wear a mask. But yeah, I just went to Philly a couple weeks ago and wore my mask like at the airport and in like rideshare app cars and stuff like that. But I'm like, I haven't worn a mask really like for a while, actually. Oh, I did not know that you actually worked at a hospital. Yeah, so I encourage people. So who was it? Oh, this kid Marcus that I know. He posted on his Instagram story today. It was like a quote from a doctor, basically being like, you know, it was literally like right before I'm about to intubate these patients that are like holding my hand asking me if I can get them the vaccine, and they're like, sorry, it's too late. Like, you guys should have listened before all of a sudden it's like coming to the point where it's too late. Yes, let the rest of the groomsmen know. I don't know where the wedding is either, so that's going to be really interesting, Lamar, if you guys all have to party with your masks. Not just be responsible. Don't be fuckboys when you're in Vegas. That's all I have to say. 2 employees have it, and 1 is fully vaccinated and 1 is not. Yeah, and I think it's like so crazy. So Laura, like myself, is immunocompromised, and you know, it got to the point because like we were both in retail where, you know, the stores were closing down with any cases, or you have to do, and now I just feel like nobody gives a shit anymore. They're like, you got it? Okay, well, report to work as normal. Like, we're not going to close the store anymore because it doesn't really matter to us. We want the business. We have to recoup what we lost in those few months that we closed in 2020. Like, the old store I worked at was closed for 3 months. And I think still now, actually, they require masks from the employees and from the clients coming in, which is a nice thing. But yeah, they don't care. They're ruthless. They're just like, no, we're going to make the money and we don't care about anybody. Fuck everyone, whether or not they have COVID. That's like how it is now. Should have, again, sang this in my tiny mic. Blink, blink, blink. This is like one of my best purchases ever. And yes, Amanda, I am immunocompromised. Stop sliding into my DMs and asking me. You know I do not have a fucking immune system. I get sick all the time. Doesn't matter how many vitamins I take, if I eat healthy or not, my body hates me and I need to live in a bubble. That's like what it is. And yes, goddamn retail. I'm so done with retail. I said that when I lost my job due to COVID back in January, and I'm in it right now. And while I've had fun this summer, every night when I leave work, my ankles look like the Nutty Professor. They're like so swollen and it's so disgusting. And I'm just like, why is my life like this right now? I don't like it. I don't like it. And then like my back hurts and I'm just like, oh, I'm 36. I shouldn't have to feel like this. And then, yeah. And then I don't think since I started working again at the beginning of June, I think there's been one day I've taken my full hour lunch break. So like I'm not even sitting like the required amount. What am I lying about? That I'm immunocompromised? Tell me, Laura, what do you think I'm lying about? I'm about to add you to this live so you can tell everybody face to face what you think I'm lying about. So rude. How dare you? It's my best friend. She can talk shit. It's okay, but I don't know what she's talking about. Oh, not having fun? Oh! Yeah. All right. So maybe I'll actually, okay, no, maybe I'll do an Instagram live after I finish my duties at this pop-up shop. But I have had a lot of fun, but it has also come with a lot of challenges. And I used to help and assist clients that are like the upper echelon 1%ers, like uber rich people. And now I work with their children. So it's been interesting because it's a lot of self-serving, entitled, spoiled, rich kids. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Because if anybody taps into this live before I'm done with my duties at said job, I don't want to get in trouble. But I just want to let you guys know, it's important to have work ethic. It is very important to like actually adhere to a schedule that's given to you with multiple accommodations. It is like, I am probably the most easygoing boss and you still choose to fuck with me? Like, bro, come on now. Come on. One of my girls told me the other day, she's like, seriously, I know at age 18 that you are going to be my favorite manager I've ever had. At my other job, my manager absolutely sucks. And you're so nice and you're so fun to be around. And I really enjoy working with you. And I just feel like you are honestly going to be the best boss I ever have in my life. And I'm like, thanks, girl. I appreciate it. But also, like, that's what I try to be. So I'm just like, when I'm nice to you and you still fuck me over, that's when the petty princess comes out that I was just talking about a few minutes ago. That's when I'm like, oh, you want to fuck with me? Okay, you're going to find out. It's like so crazy. I can't stand people. Both Lauras that are in here, Hempel and Smith, they know what's up. They've worked in retail. We all worked together at J. Crew many moons ago. And Laura actually knows. She's my BFF, but before we became BFFs, she was my boss. And I have told her time and time again, and we haven't worked together since 2009, right? 2009, maybe beginning of 2010. And hi, Iffy. Welcome to my 50th episode, girl. And I have told her she is by far been my favorite boss I've ever had. So I'm like, people like that make a difference. Like, we had a lot of fun together. We knew when to be professional. We knew when to have fun. And I just think that that's like so important to have a relationship with your people. Because I'm like, I'm all about making the money, you know, but I'm making the money with my people. If my people are happy, the money's gonna come. They're gonna be excited to come to work. They're gonna be excited to actually sell, to interact with customers, to have the ability to like really express themselves and be themselves at work. And that's been like something I always strive to do. I can crunch numbers all day long. I can read reports all day long. I can break down like what this KPI is and what this and this and this. I can do all of that. I'm terrible at math, but when it comes to numbers like that, I'm all about the numbers and goals to make and all this stuff. But at the end of the motherfucking day, if my team is not happy, we're not effective. Like, it's simple as that. So I'm always making sure it's people first, money second, because the money eventually is going to be made, right? So never get too greedy. Oh, and also, this is what I was going to talk about too, because I was going to post this on Facebook so you guys can actually hear about it first. For those that don't work in retail, I just want you to know how absolutely rude it is to go into a store and have somebody assist you, and you're taking up their time and you're looking at product and asking questions, to then say to that person who has been assisting you, great, thank you, I'm just going to go buy it online. If you don't understand how absolutely rude that is, fuck you and your mom and maybe your grandma too. Like, honestly, I'm like, I just spent so much time, and you guys don't understand that in stores there's sales goals that need to be met, and we have to achieve all of these sales goals, and sometimes they're really aggressive sales goals, and bringing foot traffic in the store, especially in the midst of a pandemic, is like super crazy. And then for you to just come in and take up a lot of time to then say that you're going to then bring the business elsewhere. Like, I get it, the company, whether it's through the store and online, benefits, but if we're not making the money, you face store closures, you face cutting back hours, you face like so many different obstacles that like, I'm like, am I going to eat PB&J this week, or am I actually going to be able to like afford to pay my bills and still eat? Like, thankfully, I haven't been in a space like that in a very, 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 very long time. Like, I have money in the bank. I'm good. That's fine. But I never want to get to the point, especially when you're in a commission-based environment, that you're like, I have to like pick and choose because these people are choosing to just go online. Unless it's absolutely necessary, I do not buy anything from Amazon. Like, Jeff Bezos is a whole bald-headed dick munch, and I just think it's like absolutely gnarly the way that all of these vendors and employees of Amazon get treated while he's like shooting up in space in this little like dick rocket. And he has the ability to like thank, or the audacity, not even the ability, the audacity to even thank all the Amazon employees and customers that are the reason why they got there. I'm like, be taxed. Be taxed, homie. We would much rather appreciate you being taxed than to have you go into space. Like, I talked about it on last week's episode. I'm like, no, seriously, like Jeff Bezos, Richard Branson, and Elon Musk can all suck a fat one, because I'm like, you think that that's like, it's just a billionaire like dick tug to go into space and see who gets there first. Nobody cares. You're not part of NASA. So I hope that like your whole life shrivels up and then you become like the powdered packet food that like astronauts eat. Like, I hope that's what your body looks like by the time you come back down to Earth, because nobody cares. Pay your fucking taxes so we can help feed the homeless. And, you know, especially we're always talking about feeding, you know, vets and housing vets and all this stuff. Like, let's take care of our people. Let's take care of the people that are even here illegally, right? I asked you what we didn't talk shit about, and I'm on like a whole tangent. Invisible borders are like absolutely whack, right? Don't ever tell me that some immigrant took your job, ever. Because I have not seen one American in my whole 36 years of life that seriously like want to mop a gas station bathroom or be in food services that are less than glamorous. Like, it pisses me off, because no, Americans are super entitled and spoiled, and it's like so ridiculous to me, because I'm like, any job is honorable. I don't care if you are a trash man, if you're picking up garbage on the side of the road, like volunteering, if you work in food services or retail, which I highly respect, if you're in a hospital, whatever you are, like having a job is a very honorable thing. And we just need to give people livable wages for them to actually no, not even livable wages, thriving wages. So people can actually have the ability to have a roof over their head and not worry about, am I gonna pay my light bill today or am I gonna eat? Those two options. Like, we, as one of the richest countries in the world, we should never be in this state. It's so, I hate America sometimes. But yes, nothing worse than conversation and the whole family comes in without purchasing anything. Yes, Renee. You'll have like a whole group of people come in and literally, like, some places will have conversion rates. So they'll have like a traffic counter right above the front door. And corporate will get on your ass like, well, your conversion rate was only 10%. Why was it? And you're like, because I had a whole tour bus come in and one person bought. And that was 50 people that walked in and out and around the door, and nobody bought anything except for that one person. So you're like, again, like, conversion is nothing. I could have a dog walk in to the store with an owner and it counts as conversion. How am I going to sell a dog a $4,000 handbag? Riddle me that. Like, I really just don't understand. But yeah, I hate everybody, honestly. I also hate the ad. I think I've gone actually pretty long without having an ad pop up on this big booty mix by two friends. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go on a tangent right now. This has been like a 42-minute Instagram live of me just talking shit. And probably half of my friends have left at this point because they're like, get out of here, lady. Quit while you're ahead. But yeah, that's my 50th episode in a nutshell. Just talking shit, being antisocial, doing what I do best, you know, living my blingy life with this amazing necklace I had to wear for you guys tonight because I'm like, just look at how, like, amazing. Look at the sparkle on that thing. Look at it. But, all right, I should probably, yeah, just end this. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I don't know what I'm going to talk about next week. Probably more shit. I'll be riled up about something new, but make sure you tune in. I'm going to post this to my Instagram. I will also post it to YouTube. So if you guys prefer to, like, watch me and all of my other 49 episodes and all of my amazing interviews, I think I did like 35 interviews over the last year, which has been incredible. I've been doing this show for what, like 13 months now? No, 14 months. 14 months. Ruben, I love you. Laura, I love you. Kyle, I love you. Happy 50th. I didn't even know you were still on. Renee, I love you. Lamar, Bo, Janelle. I don't even know who else is in here, but I love you guys. Like, I really do. And thank you for being super supportive, and everybody that's, like, always reposting me and loving me and supporting me. I appreciate you guys. And that's it. That's all I got for you. All right, so talk to you guys next week. Antisocialite out.